Y'all wonder where everything at in the damn stores and grocery stores.
More food storage.
Man, people are ready for the world to end. We gonna talk.
Man.
Look at this.
It just keeps going.
Look at this, y'all. Look at
There's a
this
ceiling
bunker,
fan
man.
here.
So many people in the world are
so
living like this,
smart.
and y'all don't even know it.
It just keeps going. Am I in Walmart? I don't know. It just
Look at this,
keeps going. Another ceiling fan.
They don't care if you get old or not.
And a thermometer, so you know.
Don't matter, right?
Another ceiling fan.
You guys ready for the world to end?
Wow.
These motherfuckers is. Oh my lord. Jeez, look at this, bro.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
Look at all this, bro. Certified bunkers. Do you have a bunker?
This is my dream house. Let's just put it out there. Then this is like the cold storage. See, this is all concrete in here. And they have a fan. Man, these people are so smart.
That's crazy.
Okay, so I'm saying this and I'm so blown away. I bet you guys are like, why are you so blown away? It's like just storage. Because I see a lot of houses, okay? And a lot of people do not do things this
way. You wonder where everything was at? There it is. I'm telling y'all, bro, so many people are living like this, but I'm gonna tell y'all something. The people who is living like this, if you ain't got the guns to match all that food, you just bought all that food for somebody else, like me and my family, because that's what's gonna happen when it comes down to this. And I'm gonna tell you another thing: if you got a bunker, don't let nobody know where your bunker at, because you're gonna come back one day and see my ass sitting in that motherfucker like, what's happening? Me and my people's here with the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? This is a great idea. You always gotta prepare for the worst, but I'm telling you, the rich is really like this, and y'all better get hip. You ain't gotta be rich to try to figure it out. Y'all right below, man, what you can do to survive a year underground. Y'all right below all you smart motherfuckers out there that be doing this type of stuff. You feel me? Me personally, I'm just getting started. Cause they got bunkers out somewhere. Y'all right there below too, where you can rent them. Yeah, these people already got this. It's like a vacation home. There's thousands and thousands of them. People been building these thousands of them everywhere, bro. The world is preparing for this. Now, this is where I'm at. I don't know if it's gonna end. We've been having a scare since 2000, 2012. Y'all know all these different scares, and I guarantee you, this is probably a rack up from since then, bro. You know, motherfuckers been just waiting. They just waiting. So at the end of the day, that's why motherfuckers. A lot of people don't give a fuck who in office. They ready for this bitch to reset. You hear me? This is what it's like when you ready for a reset. You know what I'm saying? If you're ready for a reset, get your bunker up. You feel me? Because somebody's also ready for a reset at the top of the levels. You feel what I'm saying? Man, y'all comment below what y'all think, but this is wow, man. This is next level bunkers, man. If you got one, don't show people. You know what I mean? And I don't know how you're gonna need oxygen down there. It's gonna need a lot. Don't just think some old clubhouse shit. You know what I'm saying? For all you know, uneducated motherfuckers. I'm just gonna my nigga. Radiation is what we're trying to stay away from if it goes down that way. Get your money up. That's what all the world about right now. Get your money up, because there's some already made. Get you a spot. You know what I'm talking about? Because if it go down, you protected. Think about this. What if they already know it's about to go down and everybody got the memo but us? And they like, shit, we gonna drop a radiation bomb, get rid of all these other motherfuckers who just don't get it. Y'all comment below. Cheerio.
I have been prepping for about 3 years now, and I have acquired quite a few things. I've been getting ready for those natural disasters, economic disasters, political disasters. We stocked up on a lot of the short-term foods that you might use within 2-3 month period. Stocked up on your freezer foods, things you can store for a couple years and don't have to worry about it. We've stocked up on home defense, family defense, self-defense. We got a lot of things that a lot of people just don't think about. A lot of times, a lot of people think it's pretty extreme. It certainly don't hurt to be ready for anything. You never know when your local water system's going to get contaminated. Even if you're on well water, something could spill and contaminate the groundwater. And having that long-term food for when you have to hunker down for a long time really helps. We have solar generators, we have backup batteries, we have solar panels, and we have power inverters. Plenty of toilet paper to combat that toilet paper shortage. Packing food away in Mylar is definitely something we did a lot of. Having go bags ready to go just in case you do have to go, it's also a definite thing you should be doing. Alternative ways to filter water is also a good thing. Stacking up on sriracha, most definitely.
All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. I'd like to give double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who I learned this truth from, and I'd like to say peace and salutations unto the hopefully elect. And today, I'm going to simply entitle this lesson, Though They Dig into Hell, you know. And this lesson is inspired by, these people out here that are doomsday preppers, people that are pretty much, stocking up on, food, water, guns, ammo, these various things, to try to prepare for, the collapse of, the American economy, you know, which there is no true preparation, or I won't say any true preparation, but there is really no physical, way of preparing what's going to take place here in America in the near future, man. So I'm just going to bring out a few scriptures. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying and straight to the point. And, these people that are hoarding up all of these goods, ultimately they won't even be able to, use them. They won't be able to, access their food, get to this water. They won't be able to get to it, because there's going to be so much going on. People won't be able to flee or retreat to, these particular bunkers or even their homes, that they have these goods stored up at, man, because there's going to be so much chaos going on, man. People are going to be breaking into other people's homes to steal their goods, because there's going to be a famine, and a famine isn't, not there's not that there's not going to be any food, but just a lack of it, man. And there is going to be, a lack of food out here. We're clearly seeing that with certain things, at least out here in Michigan, you had a Target, out here that ran out of eggs, and then if I'm not mistaken, you also had a Kroger, run out of eggs in the same city. It wasn't Detroit, it was Dearborn, but things like that, are just a build up to what's going to take place. Eggs, the cost of eggs is going up, and then they're, flying off the shelves, you know. So I'm going to start with the book of Amos, chapter 9 and verse 2. And it says, Though they dig into hell, thence shall mine hand take them. Though they climb up to heaven, thence will I bring them down. And though they hid themselves in the top of Carmel, I will search and take them out thence. And though they hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea, thence will I command the serpent, and he shall bite them. And they shall go into captivity before their enemies. Thence will I command the sword, and it shall slay them. And I will set mine eyes upon them for evil and not for good. And yet, man, ultimately, this is going into the elites, because that digging into hell, is going into, these bunkers. It's not talking about, that Greek mythology BS, that place that's burning underground with fire. No, hell is, one of two things. Either, it's the grave, or it's a condition played out on earth, But in this case, it's talking about, they're digging into the earth, man. They have these, super extravagant, bunkers that they're going to be hiding out in if they're not there already, and they have them at various places, They're either underground in the tops of mountains or even in the sea, and this is what these verses are going into, because this is what the elites are going to seek to do, especially when our Lord Yahweh Shai returns. They're going to try to hide from him, but there is no hiding, because he knows where they are, So these are the various places that they're going to hide, man. They're going to hide in their bunkers, they're going to be in the mountains, or they're going to be, in the sea, hiding out. But there is no hiding and there is no escape, But as far as these people out here, if they don't have enough money to afford these bunkers, at least outside of America, then you know you're through. Because if you have a nuclear bunker here in America, it's still not going to do any good. You know, it may sustain you for, you know, a certain period of time, but once those nukes get let off, you know, nothing here will be left. Not even those bunkers. You won't survive this war, you know, if you're left here in America. Slovakia. So I'm gonna get the book of Second Esdras chapter 15. I'm gonna start at verse 4 and I'm gonna jump, you know, around in this chapter. This is Second Esdras 15 and verse 4, and it says, "For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring upon the world the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled." So, right, man, you know, all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. You know, primarily, you know, these Israelites, you know, that depend on this system, that depend on Esau, you know, pretty much like it says in Deuteronomy 28 that we should go to our enemy for one of all things. Well, that's really going to be the case for 2/3 of our people. You know, they're literally going to go to this man to, you know, for help. You know, they're going to seek this man for help. They're going to, just like it says in the scriptures, like in Isaiah, you know, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help. That's what a lot of our people are going to do. Once all hell breaks loose, man, they're going to trust in this man, you know. And this is what the Lord is getting ready to do. He's about to bring these particular plagues upon the earth, the sword, famine, death, and destruction, man. You know, this is how you know the time period that we're in. We're in the last days, man, the last of the last days, if you will, you know. And this, we're seeing certain of these things starting to take place, you know, and it's only going to gradually get worse once all hell breaks loose, once we're in the midst of Jacob's trouble, you know, which let me grab that real quick before I come back. So I'm going to get that in Jeremiah chapter 30. I'm going to start at verse 6, and it says, "Ask ye now, and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness." So in this verse, if it's telling you that men are going to be like women, you know, that are travailing with child, meaning, you know, a pregnant woman, you know, when she gets ready to go into labor, you know, she has those contractions, you know, that labor pain, you know, when she holds her stomach because she's in, you know, so much pain, you know, and that's pretty much going to be the case for men out here. Once all hell breaks loose, man, they're going to be like women in those days, man. And the men are going to be afraid, how much more, you know, the women. Verse 7, it says, "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." And right, man, that's the time that is vastly approaching us, man, the time of Jacob's trouble. All hell breaking loose, you know, where it's going to be lawlessness, man, where people are pretty much going to be in a beast-like nature, man, you know, a dog-eat-dog world, you know. And this is ultimately what's going to take place, man. These people are going to lose it, you know. So I'm going to jump back to 2 Esdras chapter 15. Then I'm going to jump to verse 14. And it says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein." Says, "For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." And right, man, you know, once all hell breaks loose, man, this is what's going to happen. You know, people are going to invade one another, like it says, you know. So if your neighbor knows that, you know, you have goods, you may have a little bit of food or water, you know, in your home, they're going to, you know, they're gonna invade you. You know, they're gonna kick your door down. You know, with the sword in their hands, man. And the modern day sword is the gun. You know, and America is the most armed nation in the world, man. You know, like damn near every American has a gun. You know, and it doesn't matter what kind. Like, you know, America is an armed nation. You know, but this is going to add to people's, you know, going crazy, man. You know, people having these weapons. This is what's going to, you know, also aid in that, you know, all hell breaking loose in these race wars, these civil wars, if you will. You know, these are what people are going to be doing, man. They're going to be raiding other people's homes with guns to take their food, water, or anything else to, you know, help themselves out. You know, and just like it says, the course of their actions shall stand in their power, meaning they're not going to care about what, you know, these politicians have to say, you know, whether it's, you know, mayors, governors, you know, whoever, you know, even the president, you know, the course of their actions, meaning people are going to take matters into their own hands, you know, because as we know or should know that, you know, the government, they aren't going to do anything, man, you know, because once all hell breaks loose again, martial law is going to be ensued, you know. So certain of these people are going to be rounded up and taken into concentration camps, you know. There's going to be curfews, these various things that are going to be happening, you know, that's going to aid. But again, one of the main points is that people are going to be raiding other people's homes with guns to take their food, you know. This is what's coming to America. And, you know, these Americans, I won't say they know it. I'll say that these Americans, they can feel that something is on the horizon. They feel that something bad is going to happen. Those that at least have some sense to know that, you know, again, something bad is coming. You know, they don't know what it is. They can't quite put their finger on it. But, you know, us being the men of the Lord, we know what's going to happen. You know, we're putting that warning out. We're telling you that this place is finna collapse, man. You know, so finishing up is verse 17. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, right? Again, martial law, because they're going to have, you know, certain checkpoints. So like, again, I'll use out here in Detroit, for example. You know, Detroit has neighboring cities, you know. So once martial law is ensued, they're going to have, you know, these troops set up, you know, at the borders of these cities, you know, so you won't be able to go into the next city, man, you know, because these troops are going to be right there waiting for you, you know. Verse 18, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid, right, man? Men shall be afraid, you know, because it's going to be a very, very fearful time, especially for you people, man, you know, especially those of our people that, you know, either don't know this truth, and the ones that do know, you should really be afraid, man, you know, because you didn't prepare, you know, which is to get this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding while you had the chance, man. And this is why our people are going to suffer, you know, the way they are in these last days, man. You know, verse 19, and this is the point, and it says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Now, right, like I've stated, you know, people are going to be invading other people's homes with guns to take their food, their water, and whatever goods, you know, to sustain themselves, you know, in the middle of this chaos, man. They're not going to have pity. They're not going to give a damn, you know, if you have a wife, if you have children, you know. A lot of these people, you know, they're going to be trying to feed their families or feed themselves, man. They're not going to care, you know, because it says there's going to be a lack of bread, man. There's going to be a lack of food. And if they know a particular person that has food, they're going to come and visit you, man. You're not going to like it when they do. You know, this is how serious this is, man. You know, and you Americans don't understand that this This is finna take place very soon, man. Very soon. So you can store up all your food and water and guns and all of that. You don't even know if you're gonna be able to get to it. You know, this is how serious this is. So I'm gonna jump to verse 57. This is 2nd Esdras 15 and 57. It says, "Thy children shall die of hunger, and thou shalt fall through the sword. Thy cities shall be broken down, and all thine shall perish with the sword in the field. They that be in the mountains shall die of hunger, and eat their own flesh, and drink their own blood, for very hunger of bread and thirst of water." So, right, you people that, have these particular escape plans, you people that plan on fleeing to the mountains, you flee into the mountains, you're going to die up there. Just like it's saying in verse 58, man, you know, because, you're going to seek to hide up there, but even if you have food, you take it, it's going to run out, because it's rough up there, man, you know, in those mountain ranges. You're not going to be able to hunt, you know, you're not going to be able to get any water. So whatever food and water you have, you're gonna eat it all up, eat your water, I say eat your water, Slovakia. You're gonna drink up all your water, eat whatever food you have, you know, and it's gonna run out. And eventually, just like it says, you people that are in these mountains, you're gonna commit cannibalism, man. And that's even gonna be taking place in the cities, but how much more in these places where, again, you can't, there's no one to help you, you know? So fleeing to the mountains is gonna help, man. You people that do that, you're gonna die up there, you know. So good luck with that. That's all I'm gonna tell you, man. Good luck trying to hide, up there, because it's not gonna work. There's really no hiding place. Now, granted, the only people that are gonna be safe, are the elect. They're gonna go through their particular, trials and tribulations. But again, the Lord is gonna be with them, man. They're not going to have too much to worry about. Again, the flesh, we're in the flesh, man. Lord willing, I myself and, other brothers, we be of the elect, man. But certain things like, yeah, it may freak us out. But overall, man, for the Lord's men, we're going to have that calm spirit, man. We're not going to be in the same case as these other people, man. While other people are losing their minds, we're going to be, okay. We're going to be level headed. So I'm going to jump to 2nd Esdras chapter 16, and I'm going to start at verse 17. And it says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? And this is Esdras saying, who will deliver him, because he knew that he would be back, in this particular time. And this is the angel revealing these things to him, man. So Esdras is back on the earth. Who he is, where he is, we don't know, but he is here, doing the same thing. He's a prophet, Verse 18, it says, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when what shall I do when these evils shall come? And what shall he do? He's going to depend on the Lord, man. Just like us. Like these people have these particular, plans, these A, B, C, man. The only plan the men of the Lord have is to trust the Lord, man. Trust and depend on the Lord that he is going to deliver us in these troublesome times that are about to come. That's our only plan. We don't have anything else, man. Because as we know, there's nothing that we can carnally do to prepare for all hell breaking loose here in America. It's impossible. Because that's what ultimately Esau wants, for us to, take up arms to try to come against him, when we will lose, man. We will lose, But as we know, spiritually, that's how we combat. That's how we combat this, man, with the scriptures, because he's not a spiritual man. He's carnal. But us, You know, being the Israelites, us, we are a spiritual people, man. You know, Israel is spiritual, Edom is carnal, you know. So the Lord is going to be with his elect in these last days. 2/3, you're going to suffer, you know. So verse 19, it says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for a minute. And right, man, sent as scourges. So let's get that definition real quick. Slakia. And it says scourges or scourge. Definition, it says a whip used as a punishment. It's like a whip used as an instrument of punishment. So, right, you know, it says famine, behold, famine and plague and tribulation and anguish. These are going to be, you know, the instrument of punishment that the Lord is going to, you know, use against you people, man. You know, because you Americans, you're the proudest people on the world, man. You feel like America's the, you know, the best place in the world. You know, it can never be destroyed and this and that, you know, but you're going to learn the hard way that, again, these particular things that the Lord is going to do, man, he's going to put fear in you people's heart, man. He's going to plague this place just like he did ancient Egypt, but it's going to be way worse, you know. Verse 20, it says, but for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor always be mindful of the scourges. So, man, you're not going to be mindful. You know, our people aren't going to, you know, they're going to know, man. Jake out here, the 2/3 of our people, they aren't going to get it until they die. It's, you know, 2nd Esdras 9 and 12, they're going to know it after death by pain. And also 2nd Esdras 9 and 22, that the multitude that was born, you know, then die in vain, you know, or perish in vain, roughly paraphrasing, you know. But there's a lot of our people and even these other nations that are here in America, you know, that were born just to die, you know, at this particular time, you know. Verse 21, it says, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. Right? I mean, you clearly see those words continually, sword, famine, you know, because that's what's coming, man. The Lord is finna unleash his sword, man. You know, his whipping stick, Esau, you know, the hammer of the earth. This man is about to unleash, he's about to, you know, put hell upon this place, you know. Verse 22, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So, right, man, again, famine, the sword, man. So, a lot of people are going to starve to death, you know, and just like it says, those that don't starve to death, you're going to be put to death by the sword, man. So, again, these judgments, once they start going out, there's no escape, man. If you're predestined, if you're numbered to the sword, man, you're going to die. You know, if you're numbered to the famine, you're going to die of the famine. You know, there is no escape, man. And we're just hoping that we're of the elect. We're hoping to be that he, you know, in Jeremiah 30 and 7, that should be saved out of it. We're hoping to be the elect, man, because you people, you're not going to make it, you know. So in verse 23, and this will be it, and it says, and the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. And right, man, there's going to be so much chaos. You know, so many people are going to die, you know, in various fashions, that there is going to be a lot of bodies out in here on the streets, man. You know, no one's going to be able to bury them, just like it'll say, you know, a couple of verses down, you know. But that's how much death is going to be taking place. You know, that bodies are going to be in the streets, are going to be stepping over bodies because so many people are going to perish. You know, it's going to get serious, you know. And then just real quick, I'm going to get the book of Sirach, Ecclesiasticus chapter 39 and verse 28. And it says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of their destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions and scorpions, serpents and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. So all of these things, you know, were created to punish the wicked, man. You know, and that's primarily who's going to get it, the wicked, you know, which is who? Esau, Edom, but even, you know, you heathen nations and the wicked of, you know, the nation of Israel, man. These are the ways that you're going to die, you know. In verse 31, they shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is, and when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. So, right, man. Once the Lord sends out those death angels, man, you know, they're not going to transgress his word. They're going to do his bidding. You know, they're just waiting. You know, however that, you know, that particular person goes, that's what the Lord wanted, you know, for that person to die in that particular fashion, you know. But all you people that are hoarding up these goods, you don't realize that you're really hoarding up these things for the elect, you know. So I'm going to get this in Isaiah chapter 65 and verse 13. And it says, therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. Excuse me, Slakia. You know, and that's going to be the case. You know, the elect, they're going to have food to eat. They're going to have water to drink, man. They're going to be happy, you know, because again, a lot of these people that are storing up these goods, you're really storing it up for the elect, you know. And a prime example of that would be, you know, from the movie The Road. You know, for those that haven't seen it, you know, you should watch it. You know, but there's a particular scene where you had, you know, that father, you know, and the son, you know, they stumbled, you know, across a, you know, a bunker. You know, they have food in it, they have water, you know, running water, you know, clothes. That's going to be, you know, the elect. However, the Lord has it happen, you know, certain elect men are going to stumble across, you know, either a bunker or a house like in, you know, Leave the World Behind. That home had a bunker in it, but, you know, however the Lord has it happen for, you know, his men, you know, that's what they're going to do. They're going to stumble across these things, man, and they're going to be able to sustain themselves, man. The Lord is going to take care of them. While those of our people that didn't, you know, trust the Lord, that weren't the Lord's servants, you know, they're going to be hungry. You know, they're going to be thirsty. They're going to be ashamed, man. You know, they're going to cry, as it says, you know, because again, our people wholeheartedly trust this system, man. They love it here in America. They don't want to go, you know, back home. And our home is Jerusalem, man. You know, that's our homeland. So-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, we come from Jerusalem, you know, not Africa. We're not African, man. You know, just real quick, I'll just grab that. It's in Galatians. I can't remember the exact chapter, but I'm just still gonna grab this verse. So Galatians 4:26, and it says, "But Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all. So, right, man, that is our homeland. You know, 2/3 of the nation of Israel, they think us being over here in America is going to be forever. No, we're only supposed to be here for, you know, a particular time, you know, to serve out our punishment. But Jerusalem is our homeland, man. This isn't the end all be all, you know. So I'm going to end it on this. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 6 and verse 12. And it says, "And I beheld when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood." That great earthquake is going into, you know, those nuclear missiles, you know, pelting this place, America, and, you know, various other places in the world that are, you know, going to get hit, you know, but primarily here in America, you know, it's going to pelt this place and cause that great earthquake, you know. Verse 13, "And the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig casteth her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind." And right, that's also going into, you know, the nuclear missiles and even, you know, these celebrities, you know, because what are they known as? Stars, man. You're seeing a lot of, you know, so-called celebrities, you know, being, you know, I'll say, you know, you're seeing a lot of them, you know, pretty much being called back to the spirit world, you know, because recently you had, you know, the record producer Irv Gotti, man. Dude was only 54, you know, and he just passed, you know, recently. It's like you know, so that's going into that as well, but it's primarily talking about the missiles, you know. Verse 14, "And the heaven departed together as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places." Right, man, because once these missiles get let off, man, it's going to, you know, it's going to change how the earth looks, because the flood, you know, changed how the earth looked. You know, the destruction of America is also going to, again, terraform, if I'm saying that word correctly, is going to, again, change the earth again, man. You know, so again, islands are going to be moved, you know, places is going to look different, you know. Verse 15, "And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man, hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains." Again, you elites, that the Lord is going to allow you to escape. He's going to allow you to, you know, hide yourselves, you know, "and said to the mountains and rocks, Fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb." You know, "For that great day of his wrath is come, and who shall abide it?" And right, man. And this is what you elites are going to seek to do, to try to hide from our Lord Yahweh Shai when he returns, man. But there is no hiding, man. There is no escape. Now he is going to allow you to escape, you know, because you're going to go into slavery, you know, after, you know, Babylon is destroyed, you know. But it says who shall be able to stand? The elect, you know, because the elect are going to be delivered, you know. So all you people that are hoarding up these goods, just remember, man, you're hoarding it up for the men of the Lord in these last days, you know. So, Lord willing, if I am one of those men, I'm just telling you now, thank you. Appreciate it. So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give our praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. I like to give double honors unto the apostles and the honor, Slakia. I like to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of great millstone who I learned this truth from. And I like to say peace and salutations unto the hopefully elect. Till next time I say.
All right, here we go. I am out at one of our installs right now. This is an Atlas 12 by 50 foot big boy, and it was split in two halves to get it here. But there's a generator pod, a battery room, mud room, decon room, two 12 by 50 pods, and a gun room. So it's about 20 feet down these steps. They're still working on this job, of course. So this is one of the bedrooms. Okay, turn on all the lights. Okay, living room. This is the gun room, and they're gonna put all the gun cells in here. There's the escape tunnel. See how they weld it? Kitchen, underfloor storage, bathroom, the master bedroom. Bedrooms aren't gigantic, but the bunker doesn't need to be the air system.
That's it. Comment below what you think.